ಸುಂದರ ರಾಮ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ಜಾನಕಿ ರಾಮ ಪೀತಾಂಬರಧರ ರಾಮ ಭಯಭೀತಿ ವಿಭಂಜನ ರಾಮ ಪೀತಾಂಬರಧರ ರಾಮ ಭಯಭೀತಿ ವಿಭಂಜನ ರಾಮ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಸುಂದರ ರಾಮ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ಜಾನಕಿ ರಾಮ दशावतार राम दशमुखमर्दन राम दशावतार राम दशमुखमर्दन राम भक्तसुधामा राम प्रियंकर राम भक्त सुधामा राम भक्त प्रियंकर राम कारुण्य जानकी राम कारुण्य जानकी राम कल्याण सुंदर राम कारुण्य जानकी राम पीतांबरधर राम भयभीति विभंजन राम दशावतार राम दशमुखमर्दन राम भक्तसुधामा राम भक्तप्रियंकर राम कारुण्य जानकी राम कारुण्य जानकी राम कल्याण सुंदर राम कारुण्य जानकी राम कारुण्य जानकी राम
सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा द्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति ॐ वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः पार्थसारथिरूपेण श्रावयित्वा शुभां गिरं पार्थस्यार्तिहरो देवः कृपामूर्तिः स पातु नः. Let us chant from 13, page 34, 13 to 16. निर्मानमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसञ्ज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत यः शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखं न परां गतिं समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनश्यत्स्व विनश्यन्तं यः पश्यति स पश्यति भक्त्या त्वनन्यया शक्यः अहमेवं विधोऽर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप. So after having given the essence of the spiritual knowledge, the difference between the kshetra and kshetrajna, indicating that kshetrajna in all the beings it is Bhagavān. Then Bhagavān goes on to give how a person who is spiritual, how slowly he becomes free from all bondages. So what happens? Adhyatma nitya, the one who regularly practices spirituality, the ego goes away. Nirmana moha. And with the ego, everything else, moha, delusion, sangha, attachment, kama, desire, dvandva, pairs of opposites, all of them go away, and finally he attains liberation. Now the next question is where to start? So Bhagavan said, start from the study of the scriptures. Start from the study of the scriptures. First, a clear understanding has to be gained. Then you have to work on it. So to gain a clear understanding of life, its purpose, the goal, study of scriptures is a must. After the study of scriptures, what is the essence which you have to understand? Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. The Supreme Lord is seated in the hearts of all equally, and He is the one which is imperishable. So this message has to be grasped. Right, understanding is fine, but then how to proceed with respect to realizing this truth, experiencing God? What should we do? So Bhagavan says, Bhaktya tu ananyaya. Start with devotion. When it comes to practice, it is with devotion you have to start. Mere study is not going to help. It will give you understanding. Just studying the map alone will not do. You have to go to the place. Isn't it? So after having gained correct understanding, then you have to develop love for God. That bhakti has to be developed. With bhakti, Bhagavan says it is possible. What is possible? Jñātum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum shakyaha. It is possible for jñātum. You can know me, drashtum, you can see me, and tattvena praveshtum. In reality, you can become one with me. You can enter into me. It is possible. So here we have to remember the verse of Ramana Bhagavan. Isha jivayor veshadhibhida satsvabhavato vastu kevalam veshahanatah swatmadarshanam Isha darshanam swatmarupatah. So what is said there? Isha darshanam swa atmarupatah. What is vision of God? What is seeing God? Being God is seeing God. When you abide in the self, that abidance in the self itself is seeing God, knowing God, and becoming one with God. Jñātum, drashtum, tattvena praveshtum. All these three are one only. There is no three things. First you know, then you see, then you become one. No such thing. Seeing is being, being is knowing, knowing is becoming one. All the three are one. Isha darshanam swa atmarupatah. What is Isha darshanam? Vision of God. Swa atmarupatah. You see God as your own self. Being the self is seeing the self. So this has to be understood. Right. Now a question comes. Bhagavan, why do you insist so much on studying the scriptures? You said start with study of the scriptures. And why do you insist this study of scriptures so much? Bhagavan said, yes, I insist because there is a law operating in this universe. What is the law? Next verse. Verse number 17, page number 43. Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddhā bhavati bharata Shraddhāmayoyam purushah Yo yat shraddhassa eva saha Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddhā bhavati bharata Shraddhāmayoyam purushah Yo yat shraddhassa eva saha. Yes. What is the law? Sattvanurupa Shraddhā bhavati. In all of us, sarvasya, how is this Shraddhā formed? It is formed based on sattva, mind. How you train the mind, accordingly Shraddhā is formed. Belief system is formed. Shraddhāmayoyam purushah. This Purusha is nothing but Shraddhāmayaha. Man is nothing but his belief system. Yo yat Shraddhaha sa eva saha. What your belief system is, so you are. You are nothing but your belief system. Now we have to spend some time here. What is this Shraddha? Shrat plus dha is Shraddha. Shrat means truth. Dha means dharana, support. That which supports the truth is Shraddha. The definition is Satyatvena dhatte ya vrittihi sa Shraddha. This is the definition. Satyatvena dhatte ya vrittihi sa Shraddha. That which you consider to be Satya, true. That which you consider to be true, that becomes your Shraddha. So Shraddha is nothing but that which you consider to be true. I have Shraddha in God. What does it mean? I consider God to be true, existing. So if I have Shraddha in something, it means I believe that it exists. This is the definition of Shraddha. Now, what is being said here? Your Shraddha depends upon the training given to the mind. Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati. Now this we have to understand. Every one of us, we are constantly interacting with the world. In this interaction, what is happening? We gain experiences. We gain experiences, then what do? We analyze our experiences. Based on the analysis of the experiences, we come to certain conclusions. This set of conclusions are called Shraddha. You go through experiences, you analyze the experiences, and after analysis you come to certain set of conclusions. This set of conclusion is called Shraddha. Examples will make it clear. A person looks into the world and he finds that a person who is rich has everything in life. A person who is rich can buy the best thing in the world. Whatever is the best, he has that purchasing power. So he gets the best. He gets all the comforts and luxuries. He eats the best food. In the society he is respected. He is loved. His words have value. He is considered smart, intelligent. There are so many people to serve him. A rich person is made the president, etc. in various organizations. Therefore, now what is the conclusion he derives? Money is happiness. Are you able to follow? He observes the world, and after observing the world, after analyzing his experiences, he comes to this conclusion. What is the conclusion? Money is happiness. Now once he has made this philosophy, what will be his lifestyle? What is his value? Money. So now how will he live? His entire life will be geared upon only one thing: how to earn money. This is the meaning, Shraddhamayoyam Purushaha Yoyat Shraddhasa Evasa. Once you know what is that Shraddha, the belief system of a person, you can describe everything about that person. So whatever he does, he will only think one thing: will this give me money? Where will he spend his time? Whatever gives more money. What kind of activities he will involved in? Now will he be righteous? Not necessary. Because according to him, money is happiness. How it is earned, it is not important. It has to be earned by hook or crook. Even if it is corrupt, means it's fine. So you can completely describe, define his lifestyle, isn't it? That is called Yoyat Shraddha Se. Once you know the Shraddha of a person, you have understood the person. Right? Now another person, what is his understanding about life? He is also experiencing world. What is his understanding? He has learned some scriptures here and there, and he knows karma theory. What is karma theory? As you sow, so shall you reap. So whatever actions I do, it will ultimately come back to me. If I do good actions, it will come back as good karma phalas. If I do bad, the same thing come back to me. If this is his belief system, even in the most tempting environments, he will not be dishonest. He will not be corrupt. Why? I may cheat the law, I may cheat the police, I may cheat the court, I may cheat my officials, the colleagues, etc. But there is a law which is governing the entire cosmos. I cannot cheat him. There is a Lord who is within me. I cannot cheat him. If this is his belief system, you put him in the most tempting situations, he will not be corrupt. What is preventing him from being corrupt? His belief system. So a man can be defined by his belief system. This is the meaning. Now please understand, we all go through experiences, but how do you analyze your experience will depend on each and every person. Same experience, two different people can have two different Shraddhā, two different belief systems. I must have told this story many times. Joke. So there was this professor who wanted his youngsters, college students, to abstain from drinking. So what he did? He took one glass of rum. In the class he kept. In the glass, in the classroom he took it, and then he put a worm in it. Within few seconds, that worm got dissolved. Then he asked the students, what do you learn from this? Somebody got up and said, sir, if you drink all the worms in the stomach, all are seeing the same thing. Professor wanted to send a different message. But what is the message learned from the students, by the student? Sir, drinking is good for health. What was he trying to prove? Drinking is bad for health. What I am trying to say is, experience is the same. Situation is the same. One person learns it right. He learns a right lesson. Another person learns the wrong lesson. Where did the mistake come? Experience is the same, but the analysis of the experience, the conclusion derived from the experience, there we made a mistake. So mere going through experiences will not make you wise. When experiences are analyzed in the light of the right knowledge, then this experience gives you wisdom. So what is needed? Experience plus right analysis. Now where do you get this right analysis? You get it through scriptures. This is why scriptural study is important. We all go through experiences, but we should also know how to analyze our experiences in the light of scriptural knowledge. Then that experience gives us wisdom. Otherwise it is possible the very same experience, you learn the wrong lesson and then you apply this wrong lesson and throughout your life you are suffering. Just like this, money is happiness. Superficially it appears as though money is happiness, but it is not true. Isn't it? Now suppose a person lives his life only for money. What will happen? He might have money, but he will never get happiness. Why? His observations were not guided by the knowledge of the scriptures. Every one of us, we have Shraddhā in something or the other. The question is your Shraddhā the right one or the wrong one? How to ensure that our Shraddhā is the right one? Our Shraddhā becomes right only when we study the scriptures and then analyze our life based on the scriptural knowledge. That is why scriptures are important. Very simple example we can take. Majority of us, if you see, where is happiness? Question is, where is happiness? If you superficially analyze our experience, we find that there is no happiness in us. Suppose you are asked to sit in a room doing nothing. You can meditate. You have to sit in the room doing nothing. No computer, no newspaper, no phones. What will be your experience? Boredom, isn't it? So, left to yourself, you are bored. What does it mean? There is no happiness in you. Yes or no? Whereas, if you are allowed to go around malls, movie theaters, eat out, chat out, you don't know how the time flies. What does it mean? So, when you analyze your experience superficially, it appears happiness is not inside, happiness is outside. Your experience shows to you that happiness has to be sought from the outer world. A person who has not studied the scriptures will get addicted to the world. There is no doubt about it. Because when he looks within, he finds there is no happiness, there is only boredom. 2 minutes, the modern youngsters, they can't stand without their. So much they are addicted. Why are they addicted? Because according to them, happiness is there. Where did they make the mistake? They are not exposed to the knowledge of the scriptures. What does the scriptural knowledge say? Happiness is not there, happiness is here. Now, after the study of the scriptures, you look within, you are still miserable only. Now you will say, no, scriptures have said that happiness is here. If I am not finding happiness here, what is the reason? Because scriptures cannot be wrong. So now you look within, you are disturbed. Now you find the answer in the scriptures. Why is it that in spite of looking within, I am not finding that happiness? Then the scriptures say, you don't find the happiness because the mind is disturbed. You don't find the happiness because the mind is impure. As long as the mind has kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, the negativities, you will not be able to access the infinite bliss which is your nature. Now you have understood what? Why you are not happy when you look within. Now what do? Even though you are not happy by looking within, even though you are not able to access that bliss, where will you make correction? You will make correction here. Because mind is impure, I am not able to access. Therefore, what should I do? I should purify my mind. You don't change the place of searching. You will continue searching here. Why? Scriptures have said it. So definitely it must be here only. It cannot be anywhere else. So this is what Shraddhā can do to you. Are you able to understand? Because of your belief in the scriptures, and the scriptures say happiness is here, and you are searching in spite of not getting it there. You are trying to find out reason why you are not getting, and finally the reason also you found out. Then you make corrections here, finally you get it. Another person, he looks within, he finds no peace, he runs out. Why? No Shraddhā in the scriptures. See the difference. Now the difference can be a huge difference, because one is going out where there is no happiness, another is going in where surely there is happiness. Remember, the distance is huge. Going out has no end. It can take thousands and thousands and millions and billions of lifetime going out. Ananta koti janma is possible when you are going out. There is no end, because you are searching in the wrong direction. How long should you walk to get the Mirage water? You will keep on walking. Can you see the difference which this Shraddhā makes? The moment the scripture gives you the right direction, it is just a matter of time that you reach. Right direction is the most important thing. Wrong directions are millions. And if you take even one wrong direction, you will never reach the goal. But right direction, if you are proceeding, even though the speed may be slow, doesn't matter, you are sure to reach. Isn't it? What makes the difference? Shraddhā makes the difference. Therefore what? Study the scriptures. What happens when you study the scriptures? Your Shraddha becomes sāttvika Shraddha. If you don't study the scriptures, what happens? Your Shraddha may be either tamasic Shraddha or rajasic Shraddha. This is the topic of the 17th chapter. Entire 17th chapter is put in one verse. Correct your Shraddha, your understanding, then put forth effort. That is the next verse. Let us chant verse number 18. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparasanyatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim ACHIRENA adhigacchati Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparasanyatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim ACHIRENA adhigacchati. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Who gains knowledge? The one who has Shraddha. What kind of Shraddha? That is also important. Remember, everyone has Shraddha. There is nobody without Shraddha. The one who says there is no God, he also has a Shraddha. What is his Shraddha? That there is no God. That is also a Shraddha. Shraddha means what? It's a belief system. You have to believe in something or the other. Everyone in this world has got some or the other Shraddha. The question is whether your Shraddha is the right one or the wrong one. So when it is said Shraddhavan labhate jnanam, you have to add one more thing. What is to be added? Sāttvika Shraddhavan labhate jnanam, which is understood. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. So the one who has cultivated the right Shraddha by the study of scriptures, he will gain jnanam. But mere Shraddha will not do. What else is needed? Tatparaha sanyata indriyaha. Shraddha coupled with control of the senses plus right effort in the right direction. What are the things necessary? Right direction, right effort, and then conservation. Conservation means discipline over the senses. This is true with every field. In any field, if you want to succeed, 3 points are necessary. Number 1, conservation of energy. Number 2, channelization. Number 3, application. Conserve, channelize, apply. If you don't conserve, all your energies will be wasted. It will be drained away. So therefore, from unwanted channels, you have to block all the unwanted channels and conserve the energy. Then you give the right direction to this energy. Then apply this energy. Conserve, channelize, apply. Then what will happen? Definitely we will get whatever we want, not just spiritual thing, material thing also. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. He will definitely gain the knowledge. After gaining knowledge, what will happen? Jnanam labdhva param shantim. After attaining jnanam, what will be the result? Param shantim. Supreme peace. Why should we get supreme peace after jnanam? Peace is your very nature. It is not that you get it. It is already yours. You come to realize it. It is the nature of the self to be Ananda Swarupa. You experience that Ananda Swarupa. Bhagavan, when will I get? ACHIRENA, very soon. Now this very soon is very misleading word. Is it in seconds, hours, days, months, years or lifetimes? Achirena. Now this Achirena cannot be defined because it depends from person to person. How intensely you are seeking it, that quickly you get it. The time is decided by the intensity of seeking. If you want this moment, what should be the intensity of seeking? They say the intensity should be like the person whose jata has been caught fire. Just imagine, why jata? Your sari or something. Because nowadays jata is not there. So many times we are not able to connect to the example. Some dress, what will be your attitude? Will you say it's okay, I will take some rest and then after? No. How badly you will try to put it off. That badly when you need this, realization will be that moment. That is called achira. Chira means long time, in a short time. Right? So that intensity, anyway, Bhagavan himself will create such situations, so you don't have to create that situation. Nobody can artificially create such a situation and do. It's not possible. Slowly, 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 Bhagavan himself helps us mature, and then this knowledge, that is the next topic. Now the next topic is very interesting. Somebody asked, Bhagavan, you said Ananyaya Bhaktya you can be known, isn't it? Liberation is possible through single pointed devotion. That is what you said. When did he say that? Verse number 16. Bhagavan, but I have studied the scriptures, and according to my knowledge, only Jnāna can give moksha. You are saying Bhakti gives moksha, but the scripture says Jnāna gives moksha. Please clarify. There is always a fight between these bhaktas and the jnanis. What gives moksha? Bhakti gives moksha or Jnāna gives moksha? It's an eternal fight. Bhagavan clarifies that point. You don't have to fight. Listen. Let us chant verse number 19 and 20. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ena mamupayanti te tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. Let us see this first. Tesham. So what you call doubt? Bhagavan said it is the bhakti which gives moksha. But normally everywhere it is written Jnānenaiva tu kaivalyam. You get moksha through knowledge. Now the question is, please clarify. Bhagavan clarifies. Tesham, those people. Who are those people? Satata yuktana. Ever united with God. Bhajatam priti purvakam. Worshipping Him with lot of love. With a single pointed devotion they are worshipping that Lord. Now that Lord may be Saguna or Sakara. Saguna Sakara. Some form they worship, but with lot of love, devotion, etc. They chant the name, they sing His glories, they weep for Him, they decorate Him, all those kinds of things. Ultimately, the point is they have lot of devotion. Those people, what does Bhagavan say? Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I give them buddhi yoga. Yena mam upayantite, by which they attain me. So now that conflict is resolved. What is the point? Those people who are devotees, Bhagavan himself gives them knowledge. Giving them knowledge means what? Not that he will come and give knowledge. He will create an environment where these devotees are exposed to this knowledge, they gain the knowledge and thus gain liberation. Remember, for liberation, knowledge is a must. No doubt about it. But how devotion helps? When you are devoted to Bhagavan, Bhagavan knows what is the best for the devotee. So what does Bhagavan do? He makes all arrangements for his devotee to gain this knowledge. So this is the ultimate grace of Bhagavan. Grace also has gradation. People who don't understand the value of scriptures, according to them, grace of God means lot of money, or no disease, or getting a good job, or getting married, children, grandchildren. Bhagavan's kripa is there, lot of kripa. No doubt that is also kripa. But what is real kripa? This is real kripa. What is it? A conducive environment where you are exposed to the knowledge. So number one, you should be free from all family commitments so that you have lot of time for the study of scriptures. You should have time and you should be exposed to somebody who is able to give the knowledge of the scriptures to you. That is also kripa only, isn't it? Scriptures, if we read, nothing we will understand. Somebody has to tell us. So when we come across somebody who comes in our life in such a way that all our doubts are cleared, confusions are cleared, when somebody comes, understand it is the grace of the Lord. When we get an opportunity to study the scriptures, it is Bhagavan's grace. When we get an environment where we are able to practice spirituality, understand it is Bhagavan's grace. This is how Bhagavan's grace descends. There are very many people, very many times in our yajna and all, we call some chief guest, some important person in the locality. You should see them, maybe lighting the lamp or something. They light the lamp, they sit there, very busy person. Every other moment the mobile rings. And the fellow is all the time on the mobile. So busy, so busy, so busy. Even in satsang they are not able to concentrate. No time. Either you have no time or you have no interest. There are people who have lot of time but no interest. They spend in club and pub and all those places. Or all the time in front of some TV, some stupid channel, some, debate, political debate. They debate and your head is gone. You are literally making your head a dustbin. Open the head, show it, and all the garbage goes in. Isn't it? Retired people, lot of time is there. They could have utilized it for good. No. And they will find some like-minded people who are interested in this garbage, nonsense talking, and they sit together. And they are happy. They drink together, smoke together, discuss all these unwanted things. Kala kridati gacchatyayuhu tadapina munchati ashavayu. Majority of the old people, you see these retired people, what do? Majority. They waste time. What is lacking? Grace is lacking. The point is this. Dadami buddhi yogam tam means what? Don't expect some chaturbhujadari Bhagavan coming and giving buddhi yoga. This is giving buddhi yoga. Number one, you start valuing the knowledge. Number two, you are given lot of time to practice it. Number three, the doubts are cleared. Number four, exposure to the right knowledge. These are all grace. This is how God's grace expresses itself. So don't disregard or ignore the grace which we are enjoying. Because if you disregard, you might become ungrateful. Now see the next verse. Verse number 20. The thought continues. Teshamevanukampartham ahamatjnanajam tamaha nāśayāmyātmabhāvasthaha jñānadīpena bhāsvata teshamevanukampartham ahamatjnanajam tamaha. Yes. Tesham anukampartham. Anukampa means grace. In order to bless them. What do I do? Atma bhavastaha. Who am I? I am seated right in their heart. What do I do sitting in their heart? Tesham, those people. Who are those people? The devotees. Who have approached God with lot of purity, lot of love, lot of devotion. They don't have understanding about God and all, but they love God. Maybe some form. Some saguna sakara upasana. But they love God. In such people, Bhagavan says, I am seated in their heart. What do I do? Ajñānajam tamaha nāśayāmi. I destroy. Nāśayāmi. What? Tamaha. Ignorance. Ajñānajam tamaha. The darkness born out of ignorance. Tamaha means darkness. The darkness born out of ignorance, I destroy. How do you destroy? Jnānadīpena bhāsvata. By the well-lit lamp of knowledge. So what do? Remaining in their heart, I light the lamp of knowledge and destroy the darkness of ignorance. Now what does it mean? So whenever you listen to the scriptures, number one, interest in listening to the scriptures. Who is creating the interest? The Lord who is seated within. Everything, be aware. I am interested in satsang. Who is creating that interest? See the hidden hand of God. I am listening to satsang with single pointed attention. Who is creating that attention, concentration? God. When I am listening, I am understanding. Who is helping you understand? See, everywhere you should see the grace. My doubts are getting cleared. Who is clearing the doubt? Now this is the meaning. Darkness is destroyed means what? So many doubts about myself, about the world, about so many things. All those doubts are dispelled. Who is doing it? It is all Bhagavan's grace. Recognize the grace in these little things. So outside, he helps you gain the knowledge by creating a conducive environment, by making you free from very many responsibilities, duties. Because if you have too many duties and responsibilities, you will have no time for all this. There are people who come and say, Swamiji, I want to attend, but what to do? Lot of responsibility. Okay. So there has to be a conducive environment where you have enough time for all this. And you should also be exposed to the right scripture, the right teacher. That is also grace. That is the grace from the external environment. What is the grace from the internal? You have the interest in listening. You are able to understand. The doubts are clear. This is the grace from within. So therefore, Bhagavān Ramana Maharshi says, you be a devotee. Once you are a devotee, everything else is taken care. Don't worry too much about Jnana and all that. It will come. Whatever is needed to you, it will come. Where should you start? Devotion. Be a devotee. Bhagavan, I don't know anything, guide me. Look at Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He is the best example for whatever is described here. He knew only one thing, Kali Mata, one stone idol. All the time he would go worship to such an extent that he could even speak. People thought he was mad, talking to a stone idol. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's puja used to be such, when he used to offer Naivedyam, it is not, oh, Naivedyam Samarpayami. No. He would feed. Mother, you have to take. That was a kind of intimate relationship he had developed. So all the people started making fun of him because his puja would take hours together, because he has to talk also, he has to do everything there. People said he is mad. One day he was very much disturbed when all of them, they started ridiculing him, making fun of him. So he went, Mother, they are saying I am mad. They say you don't have life, you are mere a stone. Today I will test whether you have life or not. He took one cotton, kept it near the nostril. Is it moving? Is she breathing? And he found that it is moving. You see, Bhagavan will never break your faith. The cotton was moving. Means what? She was breathing. He was relieved. And one day what happened? He met Totapuri. Totapuri, looking at him, understood he is the fit person for the highest knowledge. He said, come here, I will give you that highest knowledge. What did Ramakrishna say? Wait, I will ask my mother and come. If she gives me permission, he went. Mother was there. Oh mother, somebody has come. He is telling he will give me knowledge. Should I go? Mother said, I only have sent him. I have sent him. You go. So then he goes there. Close your eyes. Closed. What do you see? I see my mother. Go beyond that. You have to go to formless. What do you see? I see only my mother. Oh. Then Totapuri took a piece of glass or something, stuck it here and said, now you concentrate there. If again that mother comes, chop her down with the sword of knowledge. Now mother herself has instructed to obey this Totapuri. So therefore he does that, and it is said the moment he did that, he entered into Samadhi. The whole point is this, the very same Kali Mata guided him to this knowledge. That is what is said here. You start with bhakti, the very same God, even though you are worshipping in the wrong way, maybe the mantra chanted is wrong, maybe the form imagined is wrong, don't worry. What is important is bhakti. Yes, Shraddhā, bhakti. You go on, the very same Lord will start guiding you step by step. And finally, that Lord himself will give you knowledge. Of course, there is no doubt, only with knowledge, liberation is possible. Because what is bandhana? It is a product of ignorance. So therefore, there is no other way other than destroying ignorance to get liberation. And how do you destroy ignorance? Only through knowledge. So knowledge is important, but the very same Bhagavan will guide you towards this knowledge. That is what is said here. So therefore it is not wrong. Who is a bhakta? Bhakti also takes you to liberation only, but through knowledge. Now Bhagavan takes up another topic. What is the topic? Purification of mind. How to purify the mind? By the way, what are the impurities of the mind? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Remember, entire Gita Sara is a sadhana-oriented scripture. The verses selected are such that it will be only inspiring you to do sadhana in the right way. So now these are the impurities which prevent a person from doing spiritual sadhana, kama, krodha, etc. Now if you see these 6 defects, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, in fact they are not these 6, there is only one. And what is that one? Kama. From kama comes krodha, from kama comes all the other 5. So if you can destroy this kama, you can destroy all. So this is the topic of discussion of the 3rd chapter. Arjuna asked this question, Bhagavan, why is it that people commit sin even though they know that it is sin, but as though there is by some force they are made to commit sin? Then Bhagavan says, Kamesha krodhesha rajoguna samudbhavaha. This kama, krodha, they are the ones. So then the discussion goes, how to destroy this kama. So these next two verses are taken from there. Let us chant the next 2 verses. Page number 52. Indriyani paranyahuhu Indriyebhyah param manaha Manasastu para buddhihi Yo buddhiv paratastu saha Indriyani paranyahuhu Indriyebhyah param manaha Manasastu para buddhihi Yo buddhiv Evam buddhiv param buddhva Samstabhyatmanamatmana Jahi shatrum mahabaho Kamarupam durasadam Evam buddhiv param buddhva Samstabhyatmanamatmana Jahi shatrum mahabaho Kamarupam. We will take this topic in the evening. It's a totally different topic. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah Sarve santu niramayah Sarve bhadrani pashyanto Ma kaschit dukkha bhavane Om shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah